Sharon is in London. Sharon, are you a Netflix subscriber? Are you going to be finding out how you're going to do your Christmas from Meghan this year?
Of course I will. I watch all her series, and she's working hard for her. She's working to support herself. She's not getting free money from the taxpayer and billions like all the others doing nothing.
Why should she? She's not living in this country.
As for you and all the others who hate this woman from the first day...
Don't hate her.
You do hate her, all of you. Every
Calm down, Sharon. I don't hate her.
You've got nothing to say about her. Whatever she does to make a living, you all complain about her. You're all racist and horrible.
Oh, there you go. There's the truth.
Everything she wears, everything she does, all of you have to complain about her. You've never got anything good to say about her. So I love her. She's great, and I'll watch all her series, and I hope she gets many more series, and all these horrible people like that woman on the show today. They just have nothing good to say about this woman. Go and support all the other royals and give them all your taxpayer money, millions. They've got billions, and you're all still supporting them and giving them millions every year. All right, and this woman is trying to make a living, and all you've got to say every day is horrible things about everything. From the first day she was
not true. Sharon, are you going to do
from the
craft?
first day you've all hated her because she's straight and she's not a white person. You don't do that to any of the other royals, so just shut up and leave the woman alone to make a living. You're making a living doing what you want to do. She's making a living. Nobody's giving her money. So just leave her alone. I'm sick of you people every single day.
Okay, Sharon, thank you for making those points. I'm going to give you a chance to come back there, Carole, because you just called me a racist.
You should just call me a racist. Yeah, but that's just so typical. It's like if you criticise someone and they happen to have a skin that's black or brown, you have to be racist. You can't criticise them on the basis of what they do. I don't know why she's in love with somebody who actually has sold out the royal family, who has made the millions that she's talked about on the backs of the family and by hurting and talking and telling actually lies about it. She called the royals racist too, remember? Meghan called them racist, as did Harry. So if we're talking about racist accusations, there you go. But that was a rant. That's not sensible. That's someone who says, I love her and I hate all the rest of the royals.
That might be somebody that's expressing real discontent about the royal family.
Well, she's not expressing it in a very good way.
The way the royal family have been making their money over the years, we have little choice.
She might well be doing that, but she didn't do that there. She called me a racist and she was screaming, shouting, calling us horrible. That is not the way to make your argument.
Okay, well, listen, we are going to have to leave it there. And before we go...
Sussex family, hello, and welcome to this channel. It was just another day on the airwaves. The radio hummed along, a familiar backdrop to kitchens and car journeys. The topic was Meghan Markle. Again, Carole Malone dissected every move, every word. Then the phone lines blinked. A call was coming through. Suddenly, the show's rhythm was shattered. Sharon, a listener, had had enough. Her voice was passionate, articulate, and filled with fire. The presenter was suddenly on the back foot. Sharon turned a monologue into a public debate. The showdown had begun. To understand Sharon's impact, you have to appreciate the context. For years, the media landscape has been saturated with criticism aimed at Meghan Markle. Every outfit scrutinized, every speech pulled apart, every charitable endeavor met with suspicion. It was a relentless campaign of negativity. On this day, the focus was a holiday special Meghan had been involved in. Instead of discussing its merits, the conversation veered into accusations of attention-seeking and insincerity. Carole Malone led the charge, presenting her opinions as facts. The narrative painted Meghan as calculating, manipulating public opinion. This constant negativity creates an environment where it's almost impossible for Meghan to do anything right. If she's private, she's secretive. If she's public, she's a narcissist. If she speaks about charity, she's virtue signalling. If she stays silent, she's shirking duty. It's a classic catch-22. This barrage shapes public opinion and fuels a culture of online hate. The outrage wasn't about one comment, it was about the cumulative effect of thousands. The criticism of a simple holiday special became a symbol of the absurdity of it all. The pressure had been building for a long, long time. And then there was Sharon. Her voice came on the line, trembling but determined. It wasn't the polished tone of a commentator, it was the voice of a real person pushed to her limit. Sharon didn't waste time. She had a mission. She'd heard Carole Malone's segment and felt compelled to respond. Instead of shouting at the radio, she picked up the phone and went live on air. That takes guts. Sharon wasn't a PR rep or a spokesperson. She was a member of the public who felt a deep sense of injustice. Her emotional state made her argument compelling. This wasn't just debate, it was personal. She was standing up against what she saw as bullying on a massive scale. In that moment, Sharon became the voice for so many who felt the same way but didn't have the platform or courage to speak out. Her vulnerability was her strength. Sharon's argument was sharp and targeted. She went straight for the heart of the issue, the glaring double standard in how Meghan is treated compared to other royals. She pointed out the hypocrisy. Other royals' missteps are quickly forgotten, while Meghan's every move is magnified. Sharon accused the presenter and the media of clear bias. She suggested the criticism wasn't about Meghan's actions, but about who she is. It was a bold claim, live on air. Sharon forced everyone to confront the possibility that the relentless negativity was rooted in something deeper than commentary. Her argument was simple and true. Listeners could recall examples instantly. Sharon verbalized what many had been thinking. There's a pattern of systemic bias. This wasn't just about Meghan anymore. It was a critique of the entire media machine. The most electrifying part was what Sharon actually said. She challenged the host. You are obsessed with this woman. Every day you find something negative to say. Why don't you talk about the other royals? She exposed the double standard. If any other royal did this, you'd be praising them. But because it's Meghan, you tear her down. It's prejudice. Sharon flipped the narrative. Who's really seeking attention? The woman doing a holiday special, or the media creating a firestorm? The studio was left in stunned silence. Sharon's words echoed far beyond the broadcast. Before Sharon's call, Carole Malone was in control. But as Sharon spoke, that power slipped away. The presenter was caught off guard, her flow broken. For a moment, she was the subject of critique. Malone's response was defensive. She tried to frame Sharon's plea as an attempt to silence her. The tone shifted from confident to flustered. Sharon, the caller, had seized control of the conversation. She set the agenda. The presenter was forced to react. The fourth wall between broadcaster and audience was demolished. Sharon became an equal participant, and she was winning. Malone's defensiveness revealed the fragility of the anti-Meghan narrative. When confronted directly, it began to fall apart. The arguments that sounded convincing in a monologue seemed weak under scrutiny. The power had truly shifted. Sharon's call was a lightning rod. The moment the call ended, the internet erupted. Clips were shared, hashtags trended, and people praised her courage. Sharon had spoken for a silent majority, or at least a vocal minority, fed up with the media's treatment of Meghan. For years, the narrative had been one-sided. Sharon's call broke the echo chamber. It showed the audience wasn't passive. They were thinking, analysing and angry about the injustice. The ripple effect went beyond social media, sparking conversations everywhere. Sharon's call planted a seed of doubt. Was the coverage fair? Was there a double standard? It encouraged people to think critically about the media they consume. Sometimes the most impactful statements come from ordinary people, driven by a sense of right and wrong. Years from now, people might still talk about Sharon's call. It was more than a debate about a royal, it was a microcosm of a larger conversation about media, bias, and the power of one voice. Sharon's breakthrough was a victory for the underdog, a real-life David and Goliath story. It forced the media to confront its own biases and agendas. Sharon's call was a live, on-air performance review from the public. It asked, "Are you reporting the news or creating it? Are you informing or fueling outrage?" The incident touched on deeper themes of fairness, prejudice, and misogyny. Sharon's accusation of prejudice brought uncomfortable truths to the surface. Ultimately, the moment echoed because it was pure, unscripted truth. A reminder that the most compelling stories are the most human ones. It was a wake-up call for the media and for all of us. What do we take away from the day Sharon took on the media machine? Speaking up matters. One voice armed with conviction can make a difference. Sharon's call was a message of hope, a reminder that we are not just passive consumers but active participants in the cultural conversation. We have the power to challenge narratives, question authority, and demand better. Sharon's defiance resonated because it showed that frustration is shared by many. Speaking out can spark a larger movement. The confrontation was a wake-up call to media outlets. The public is watching and won't accept bias silently. This isn't about shutting down free speech. It's about demanding responsible speech and basic decency. Let Sharon's story inspire you. Your voice has power. The world changes when ordinary people decide to speak their truth, one brave conversation at a time.